Good morning, class! How are you today? Alright, so that's good to hear that you're good, you're fine, you're feeling great, so that you are ready to our activity today. So, are you ready for our activity today? Alright, so before anything else, last session we have agreed that we are going to have a role playing regarding the literary piece that William Shakespeare wrote entitled Romeo and Juliet. So I guess I have given you ample of time to prepare and rehearse on this activity that we are going to conduct in this session. So, but before that, allow me to read our objectives today. So, in today's session, we have 5 objectives. So, first is retrieve the details in the story Romeo and Juliet, meaning you, the students, are able to recall the details in the story. Second is dramatize the story Romeo and Juliet. So indeed, you are going to enact the details, the events on the story. Third, demonstrate the events in the story Romeo and Juliet. Fourth is responsible enough to do the task from the story Romeo and Juliet. And lastly, emphasize unity in doing the role play of Romeo and Juliet. So those are the objectives that we need to attain in this session. Alright, so in order for you to be guided or aware on how I am going to grade or rate your performance later, allow me to read the rubrics that I have prepared here for you to be aware. Alright, so there are 6 elements that I am going to see if you have prepared or portray or attain those elements. So as what I am saying earlier, there are 6 elements, but I am going to range it or grade you to 4 ranges. I'll give you 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. So first element is voice. So if you have expressively enunciating and using variety of rate, pitch, tone, or communicates and has volume on your voice, I will give you 4 points. If you enunciate clearly using pitch and volume to express character, I will give you 3. If you attempt to enunciate using vocal variety and volume, but execution is weak, so I will just give you 2 points. And if you use a limited or inappropriate enunciation, vocal variety, and volume, so I will just give you 1 point. So for the movement, students move expressively using a variety of gestures, body movement, and facial expressions to effectively illuminate character. So I will give you 4 points. If you move clearly using gestures, body movements, facial expression to illustrate character, then I will give you 3 points. If you attempt to use gesture, body movement, and facial expression, but execution is weak, and you use a script on performing, then I will just give you 2 points. And if you use a limited or inappropriate movement, then I will give you 1 point. So for the character, if you communicate expressively, illuminating life and the world of the character, then I will give you 4 points. if you communicate clearly in expressing the life and the world of the character, then I will give you 3 points. But if you attempt to express the life and the world of the character, but the execution is weak, then I will just give you 2 points. And if you use limited or inappropriate technique on acting to create the character, then I will just give you 1 point. In the element of ensemble, so if you use concentration and focus, collaborate seamlessly with partner during the performance, then I will give you 4. If you use concentration and focus to collaborate appropriately with partner during the performance, then I will give you 3 points. Then if you attempt to collaborate with partner but concentration and focus are weak during the performance, then I will give you 2. Then if you lack concentration and focus resulting in limited collaboration during performance, then I will give you 1 point. So for the plot, so if you have captivating beginning, middle, and end where dramatic tension builds to climax while conclusion is satisfying and plausible, then I will give you 4. And if you have clear beginning, middle, and end where dramatic tension builds to climax while conclusion is satisfying and plausible, then I will give you 3. And if with almost clear beginning, middle, and end where dramatic tension builds to climax while conclusion is a bit satisfying, then I will give you 2. But if it lacks clarity of beginning, middle, and end where dramatic tension fails to build climax that resulted to unsatisfying conclusion, then I will give you 1 point. Last element is setting. So elaborate, vivid, and arresting that influences and contributes to captivating and inspiring action, then I will give you 4 points. And if it's vivid and arresting that influences and contributes to captivating action, then I will give you 3. But if the setting is just arresting that influences and contributes to an action, then I will give you 2. And if the setting is disorganized, which leads to errors in blockings and the characters move, then I will give you 1. So those are the rubrics that I'm going to base your performance in this activity. So the total points you will earn or gain in this activity will be 24 points, and I will add 1 plus for your presence, then the total of 25 points. Rubrics clear? Alright, so thank you for your response. So for the sequence of your performance, I will just base it to your groupings. Alright, so the first performer is the group 1, followed by group 2, and last performer is the group 3. Do you have any questions? So if you don't have any questions anymore, then without further ado, let's start the performance. So group 1, please. Bruce. Thank you so much, group 1. So let's now have group 2. Thank you, group 2. Let's have the last performer, group 3. Thank you so much, group 3. So there it ends the performance or the role-playing activity. Since we are done with your performance, then now let's proceed to critic portion. So this will allow you to know what area you should improve or what area is commendable on your performance. All right, the sequence will be on how you are how you presented earlier. So first I will give my critic to group 1. So I like how you did it. I like how you act in front, how the character play their role. They play their role so well, and the sequence of the events are well organized. You know, you really recall the events on the literary piece. Then, yet there are still room for improvement. Like you will be able to think of a place or arrangement in the setup that will coincide with the literary piece or the settings on the literary piece. And then you should louder your voice and enunciate the words correctly. But don't worry, because overall performance, you did a great job. All right, so thank you, group 1. Let's have a round of applause for group 1. Thank you. 2, I love your performance. I do really love it. I see so much effort on how you prepare from the costume settings. Obviously, you think so much so that you can come up with that kind of performance, and it is really well planned. Congratulations. How you chronologically arrange the events, it's very commendable. And for my suggestions to your group, be in the character, since some of you are yet unfocused on your character. Be focused on your character. Be in the character you are portraying. So next is your voice. So just like the group 1, please do enunciate the words correctly, and please make your voice audible to your audience. All right, so thank you so much, group 2. Next is for group 3, our last performer. So spectacular performance. I really do love it. Your performance really influenced me, since you acted it so well that you are able to carry me away to your characters. Then overall, it's so good, really good, from the costume settings and the characters. You did a great job, and it is well organized, very fantastic. And if there's any aspect that I would like to suggest to improve, it is your voice. So, but just a little of it, just make it louder, since your enunciation is quite good already. That's it. That's how I perceived your performance. So overall, you did a great job. Congratulations. Have a round of applause on yourselves. All right, so do you want to know your scores? All right, so for the group 1, total score is 17. For the group 2, 21. And for the group 3, you earned 24 points. So congratulations, job well done. I hope you have learned so much to this literary piece, and you have also gained positive attitudes and manners on the activity we have just done. And of course, thank you so much for your cooperation. This activity won't be realized without your efforts. allow me to give you your assignment. So just search for another literary piece or literary work that Shakespeare wrote. And there are a lot of works that Shakespeare have made. Before I formally end this session, allow me to give you this quote. Love may have the longest arms, but it can still fall short of an embrace. So there are a lot of kinds, a lot of variants of love here in this world, but this kind of love that we can't even have due to some circumstances or reasons that forbidden us to have that in our embrace. So be careful on that kind of love, since it might ruin your life, or you can ruin one's life. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun on our activity today, and goodbye and have a blessed day ahead of you. Thank you.